What's up, everyone, and welcome to this week's interview. Today, I am chatting with Hunter Smith. He's the creator and head trainer at Fitstart Performance. He is the trainer of some of your favorite drivers, including Corey LaJoie, Spencer Boyd, and Joey Gase. Hunter, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. We're getting a little bit busier. We're getting some racing in, and things seem to be getting relatively back to normal. So it's exciting, and we're just taking it a day at a time.
That's awesome. We, for those who have watched the video of my interview with Hunter in person, we recorded that it was like a Wednesday or Thursday morning, and on the way home from there, that's when we started seeing all of these things, places start shut down and all. Like as we were leaving race shops, they were like, "Yeah, we're closing, we're shutting down." So it was crazy getting it was just surreal. Like I was telling someone that in America you're used to hearing these things like better watch out for this, and then like one or two people get sick, but then everything starts shutting down, and you're like, oh, it's starting to get real now because Jermaine Racing just said I needed to leave.
Yeah, it's crazy things that make you realize how serious some things are, and for these race shops to shut down, and sports in general to be put on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Really said something about how severe the situation was in our country.
Mm-hmm. So, as a trainer, tell us fans, what is it like physically for a driver during your typical 500-mile race? Like, what are they going through and whatnot?
It's tough. Every single race is different. Every racetrack is different. The geographical features are different. So, and then you factor in things like the weather and all that kind of stuff. So, typically, on average, these drivers are dealing with heat. That's one thing that we try very hard to mimic in our training, whether it's time spent in the sauna or even time spent outside working out during the summer months, just to kind of get the body acclimated to dealing with heat. And especially this time of year, this is definitely what they're dealing with. That's the biggest factor.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at things like muscle fatigue, and you dehydrate quick because of the heat. So those muscles start to cramp up. You're sitting in the same position for 3 to 4 hours. So muscles start to want to stay in that position and not move. So getting out of the race cars, you're super stiff and just uncomfortable. And one thing that I've talked to a lot of drivers about, and I've always said to younger kids coming up, is you better get comfortable being uncomfortable, because sometimes these races are not comfortable, and you're sitting in a puddle of sweat, and it's nasty, and you still got to go out there and perform. So dealing with a lot of discomfort. Mm-hmm. So being able to deal with all the discomfort and still being able to perform and be mentally in the game is the biggest thing that these guys are dealing with.
During the hiatus, what workouts or other things did you advise your clients to do in order to remain in racing shape? Because I know that I read about John Hunter Nemechek upping his training and all. So for your drivers, is there anything in particular that you kept preaching to them, like, hey, make sure you're doing this or whatever?
Yeah, the biggest thing we did, biggest thing I made sure everybody did was get outside. I knew once we had an idea of the schedule and where we were going to be going, I knew it was going to be hot. So getting everybody acclimated to the heat and making sure that they were going to be able to deal with that and stay mentally in the zone. And one thing too, aside from being outside and moving and doing any kind of body weight strength exercises they could, was maintain a diet. Don't go too crazy on your diet. And I think a lot of people during this quarantine, they,
Mm-hmm.
went out and bought their quarantine snacks and all that kind of stuff, and went crazy on takeout and whatnot. But if we can maintain some kind of diet and not fall off the horse too bad, that was just my biggest advice to all of them.
What have you heard from your drivers since their return?
In terms of fitness, in terms of how the races have been.
Yeah, I guess. Like in particular, like I look at like a Corey LaJoie and look at how there's in the span of 7 days there's three races. You know, Atlanta,
Right.
Martinsville, and a Homestead. Like, have you heard anything about like how it's been a lot rougher with them, or they've surprisingly thought, wow, I'm actually holding up pretty well during this?
Yeah, by all means, the races have been tough. Those midweek races are really tough because we like to give the drivers a day of recovery after a race. So you look at a race weekend like we had Atlanta to Martinsville. You race a hot race in Atlanta on Sunday, and you want to recover all day Monday, and then Tuesday comes along and you got to prepare, and then Wednesday is Martinsville, and it was hot in Martinsville. So it's been tough with the midweek deal. So we're happy right now that, you know, where we're at our schedule at this point. You know, we just finished racing in Miami this past weekend. So we're going to go to Talladega this weekend, and then we have relatively normal, we're going to have our whole week before races. So before Pocono, we'll have a whole week. Before we go to Indy, we'll have a whole week. So we have really good prep time right now. We don't have many midweek coming up, I think, except the All-Star race, which is obviously short, so we're not too worried about that. But we like the one-day shows, though. Our drivers really like the one-day shows. Go out there, go hard, and get it done, and get back home. So that's the one thing I will say everybody is very positive about. But physically, it's been rough. The heat has been rough. So that's been our biggest challenge to this point.
Yeah, as a fan, I didn't think that it would affect them that much. You know, if you think, oh, well, Friday and Saturday, you're just going out there and riding around for, you know, a couple of dozen laps or whatever. But in terms, is it still just all those laps are adding up and just taking their toll? Or is it now it allows them 2 extra days to either train or to prepare like at home without the practice and all?
I would say a little bit of both. So it allows us a little more time to prepare at home. But not only from a physical standpoint, it allows a little bit of more mental relax. You know, kind of the mental state gets to be relaxed for a little more. On a normal race weekend where you're going out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're kind of in that zone for 3 days, and that takes a toll on your adrenaline. That takes a toll on a lot of stuff. So to go out just one day, let all that adrenaline and, you know, for all the male drivers, all that testosterone, let it all out in one shot as opposed to spread it out over a weekend. Definitely wears you out, but, you know, it definitely increases the competition level and the intensity of the drivers performing during the race on Sunday.
Gotcha. So on the subject of fitness, a lot of people listening may have assumed during the quarantine that, like, well, since the gyms are closed, I can't go work out. So what are some of the ways that you've gotten creative with your routine, as well as training the drivers, that kind of remind the listeners that you don't have to necessarily go to a gym with all of this, you know, expensive equipment to get a good workout?
Yeah, absolutely. I think any trainer got really creative during this deal. It was really cool to see the entire industry from the fitness side, not just the motorsports side, but the entire fitness industry get really creative, and other trainers come together and do Zoom. You know, they hosted no equipment Zoom workouts, all kind of, you know, workouts at your local park, all kinds of cool stuff. So, and that was big, and I think a lot of people are still doing it. So, one thing I will tell everybody is to look in your community, because I guarantee you there's a trainer somewhere hosting some kind of, you know, a fitness session or something somewhere online, something that's really accessible and whatnot. A lot of stuff, you know, from beginner levels all the way to, you know, highly advanced, you know, people. But I advise everybody just be active. You know, even if it's going out for a half-hour walk around your neighborhood or, you know, down the street or something. So just moving period, going out for a run or a bike ride or taking the dog for a walk or something. That goes a long way, and you'll reap the benefits of it later. So, yeah, like I said, my biggest thing is just, you know, look around your community, see if there's anything going on, but also just get out and move.
Gotcha. Well, thanks for joining me today and giving a little bit of insight to the race fans about what it's like to be in the race car, as well as what we're dealing with all these midweek races and all the other wackiness we're going through.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to preach about it a little bit. It's something that obviously I'm very passionate about, passionate enough to start a business about it. But yeah, these guys are gladiators. I would put them up with any high performance athlete in the country or in the world. They're in super crazy mental and physical shape. And when you learn all this stuff, it really makes you respect more what you're watching on TV. So.
So now, the listeners at home, if they want to find out more about Fit Stop Performance, where can they find you at?
Yeah, so you can go to Facebook. It's Fit Stop Performance on Facebook. Twitter and Instagram is at Fit Stop Perform. And then you can check out our website, fitstopperform.com. Check out some of our clientele. You can look at see our partners. And our social media, yeah, we love interacting with fans and answering questions and all kinds of stuff. And you kind of get an insight as to what our drivers are doing, whether it's the Corey LaJoyes, Joey Gates, Spencer Boyd, or any of our late model Josh Starks or our go kart Miles Murray. So kind of get an insight as to all the different training levels that go into all the different racing.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Hunter.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.